Good day, my name is Ephemeris, and welcome to Astrology Bonus. Today we will examine a moment in time in the not-too-distant past versus a look into the future. A question was declared, and I decided to make an attempt at gaining answers. Rachel Yates of Auburn, New York, Cayuga County, USA, a healthy, sober woman, stated that she witnessed the president and some world leaders on the news earlier before my arrival. She seemed apprehensive and worried. The description of global affairs made her reflect on her own fortunate and uneventful life. Sometimes the news is distressing, and the true, hard, and unforgiving nature of this planet appears when we are content and comfortable. She is curious if we will join in the fight. Judging by her tonality and the nature of her statements, and most of all her sincerity, perhaps turning to the zodiac would provide an answer to Mrs. Yates' question. I also detected fear. What spiritual energies were compounding the human realm on planet Earth at the precise moment of Mrs. Yates' articulation? I decided horary astrology would provide the most reasonable method of investigation. At 9:42 p.m. on October 12th, Eastern Daylight Savings Time, utilizing tables of houses for New York City near the 40th north latitude, computer charts reveal that Mars, the god of war, is in conjunction with the ascendant. Early indicators suggest this is a radical chart. Ambitious force, reckless, turbulent, jailers, police, soldiers, saw filers, athletes and batchers, army, battle and cannon, iron, navy and torture, weapons and war. Mars in the first house indicates danger of cuts, burns, scalds, falls, bruises, and other accidents. Alphamene placed brazen bulls around his island of Rhodes, which roared aloud whenever danger threatened his new country. A brother starting battle for its own sake, and a sister sparking conflict by spreading rumor and inflicting immense and distressing narratives of jealousy which cycle through the minds of her enemies. Mars delights in the slaughter of men and the sacking of towns. Mars rules Aries, and unfortunately, Aries is intercepted. Aries is completely engulfed by the 11th house. This may indicate a lack of courage among ambassadors and advisors, dependency among friends and allies, too much fantasy, not enough action in the direction of your true enemies, not enough courage in general. Mars was liked by Hades, who welcomes the souls of bold young fighting men slain in cruel wars. The Athenians disliked war except in the defense of liberty, and they despised the Thracians as barbarians because they made it their passion. A mare-headed goddess appears, Areopagus, a prominent rock outcropping northwest of the Acropolis in Athens, Greece, the Hill of Ares. After consideration, I believe that question 334 of horary astrology, which is of besieged places, may shed light on this mystery, specifically whether two armies will fight or not. If the lord of the first and the lord of the seventh be in opposition and in angles, then the two armies will engage. We observe that the sign on the first house cusp is Gemini, whose ruling planet is Mercury. The sign on the seventh house cusp is Sagittarius, whose ruling planet is Jupiter. Jupiter is within its fall, Aries, in the 11th house and is in opposition to Mercury. Both Mercury and Jupiter are sweeping into angular houses, satisfying the conditions of the horary question. The two armies shall engage. Since Jupiter and Mercury afflict, there are indicators of minor and laborious governmental offices that are expensive, and the bureaucracy is somehow clogging up the system. Bank clerks may have difficulties. As well, there may be problems in retail. Jupiter disengages from its fall in intercepted Aries and moves into the 10th angular house, which signifies a place of order and authority, steady progression, wealth, and assurance. Jupiter rules Sagittarius, the sign of justice, which wears a yellow crown depicting a solar emblem, and sits on a throne wearing robes of blue and red, a sword in her right hand, and the scales of justice beneath her feet. Liability to loss or discredit through dishonesty. Regrettably, Neptune is in the midst of a square with Mars, indicating kings, nobles, and magistrates may have peculiar elements tagging along and interwoven in their careers. There may be some scandal and disgrace, whether deserved or not, peculiar circumstances, and unfortunate business or professional complications. Jupiter moving into Pisces may indicate loss through deception, attempting to evade hardship through philanthropy or providing some less lethal support. I can see land-owning instinct and a drive for material status, trying to live the good life, wanting to be a somebody. Perhaps try and complete mastery of self instead. Surprisingly, in this horoscope, we find the part of fortune in partile conjunction with the vertex in Scorpio, indicating strong hunches and premonitions. Learning when to unleash, mastering your life. Believe in making your own destiny. The part of fortune vertex conjunction is in opposition to a retrograde Uranus in the 12th house of enemies. An odd romantic couple may be in the picture. Their eccentricity and strangeness may cause issues for tenants or day laborers. Occult investigation seems to show itself. Unexpected strong enmity. Some tribulation and issues for large cattle. Retrograde Saturn is square both Uranus and the part of fortune vertex conjunction, indicating a reversal of fortune, estrangement, mysterious affairs, strange and unexpected enmity, and eccentric people causing annoyance through underhanded actions. Retrograde Saturn in the 9th house symbolizes rise and success, followed by downfall, delays, dull periods, and disappointments. Who are the belligerents involved in this hypothesized fight, you may ask, and when? The sign Aries traditionally is associated with Britain and her allies. The sign Libra indicates China and parts near China. My calculations indicate that major news will break on the evening of October 20th, Eastern Daylight Savings Time. I believe this chart is radical. My name is Ephemeris. I hope this reading resonates. Until next time.